Hi and welcome to day 10 of my Inktober Tangles 2024 challenge. I'm Lisa of Wee Crafty Crow, and today's tangle that we're going to do is called Sweet Pea, and it's by Yoko Kageyama, who is a certified Zentangle teacher. Now, I haven't actually done this tangle yet, other than looked at it and admired it. So we'll see how this goes. So join along with me. So it starts with a bit of a wiggly line. I'm just doing mine the entire length of this tile. And then any place that you have a bump, we're going to put a spiral out from the side. And then a slight bit of ink in the middle of that, just to kind of thicken that line out. And like I say, we're doing that on each of those bumps. So once you've done that, the next step is to aura around the outside of each of these. So you're going to tangle from here and then come down there like that, and then here, and just imagining where that one would have gone, you know, had it actually been complete. Now, I'm not entirely sure if I should have left more space on here, but you know, that's the whole thing that I keep saying, and everybody who likes Zentangle keeps talking about, is that there are no mistakes in Zentangle, which obviously doesn't mean you're not allowed to make a mistake. It just means that you kind of go with what you actually have in front of you. So after you've done the aura loops here, you add another aura, and you're going to repeat those auras so that they're kind of coming down almost until you can't fit any more in. It's sort of like a seashell. And then do that under each one. And it might be that you end up with the same amount of echo lines, aura lines as I do. You might have more, you might have less. It doesn't really matter. So once you have that done, you can fill up the space that you have left with some more of these sort of prantom shapes. Now, obviously when you are doing these tangles at home for yourself, whether it's an Inktober tangle or if it's a tangle that you've come across somewhere else, you're always welcome and encouraged to embrace your own creativity. You don't need to draw a tangle exactly as it was when it was on a step out or in a class. Because if everybody did the exact same thing all the time, it would be a bit dull. And they say variety is the spice of life, don't they? So I've just filled in my spaces here a little bit with the prantom shape, and I'm going to just add some orb shapes. If you are a seasoned tangler, you'll know what the tangle tipple looks like. but I wouldn't say this is typical. This is just a few randomly placed orbs rather than using them as a tangle in itself. So also another thing that you can do is anytime that you see a kind of angular shape, you can just add a bit of ink into that space and round it off a little bit. You can add ink just wherever you fancy, just to add a little bit more drama. But essentially, this is the basic shape of this tangle. Forgotten the name of the tangle right now. Too much in the zone. So now I've got all my ink down, I'm going to move to a pencil. So in the context of this tangle, I'm going to put a little bit of graphite in the inside around where the original lines here were. And then also actually where it meets a kind of section next to it. And also I'm wanting to put in some graphite on each of those bits here, just to bring a bit of dimension into it. I know that there are plenty of people out there who don't add any shading to their tangles, putting some in the orbs too, and it is entirely down to the individual, obviously, but I love the illusion that you get. I'm just going to add another line in here because I feel like that looks like it would have another line. Yeah, I just feel shading just brings a whole other dimension altogether. But if you'd rather not shade, then it's your work and it's your choice. And I'm going to also add, just in the centre of these spirals, a little bit of ink, graphite there. I'm just trying to see if I've missed anywhere. Can always go back and add some graphite if I've missed any places. That quite often happens when you're actually shading something out. You'll say, oops, missed that. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day, does it? I don't know about you, if you actually are a tangler already, but I just love tangling on a tan tile. Just, it's a whole other level of tangling that you can get when you add the highlights as well as the shades. And it just blows my mind when all you have is a few basic supplies. There's nothing over the top expensive in a Zentangle kit. The one thing that might not be so much found commonly around a house unless you're a tangler is the Zentangle chalk pastel pencil. But I just love this. It's really, really good. So just adding graphite, white pencil to the opposite side of where you've added any graphite, just to kind of provide that bit of contrast. And then we'll blend that out as well. So there we have it. I'm not going to go over every single line here, just because I'm trying to keep these Inktober Tangles videos relatively short, but just a couple of places where I noticed that the pencil had faded the line a bit too much. I'm just emphasising those lines again, just to kind of bring them back a little bit. So there we go. I'm going to definitely be playing with Sweet Pea again. The tangle has come back to me, the name of it. Yeah, this is a really nice one. So I'm having so much fun tangling along to these. This is the kind of good thing about Inktober Tangles, is that I don't know about anybody else, but I personally just stick with the kind of same tangles, and I do them time and time again, and I love them, which is why I keep doing them time and time again. But it's just good to remind yourself of all the other tangles that there are out there that you can do as well. So yeah, I'm going to add all of these in the very near future into other projects that I'll share on my social media. So if you've joined me today, thank you very much, and I will see you again maybe for day 11. Thank you. Bye.